Hello everyone, this is Darby from RiverBendSurvival again. We've had a bit of a cool front come through for late spring, keeping our temperatures for a high in the low 90s and dropping us down in the upper 60s, low 70s at night. So I figured it was a perfect time to get another weekend out before it gets really, really hot. The other reason I want to come out this weekend is I got 3 new items that I want to try out. The first one is the camera that's videotaping this. My last one, it just wasn't doing the job. We'll see how this one does, if it does better. It's a much higher quality camera, but it could just be me. That leads me to the first problem. I had over an hour of footage recorded of setting up camp here. Getting my fire pit for cooking dug, getting the fire started, cooking my dinner, and about 20 minutes of me yakking into the camera about different things, only to look up and notice that it said SD card full. So me being the genius that I am, I decided, well, there's footage that I don't need for this video, so I'll just delete it. So I go in, I find what I think I'm deleting, I hit delete, it says, "Are you sure?" I said yes, push the button, and it deleted everything. So, that leaves me with 2 dilemmas. One is this tent back here. Number 2 is another item that I brought up that I just got this week. I wanted to show how easy this tent was to set up out of the box. When I got here, I had never opened the box. I took the little red ribbons off. I don't know if you can see this or not. The little red ribbons that I'm using on the guy strings right now, I took those off. That's what it was originally packaged in. It took me about 7 minutes to set this tent up without looking at the directions, without messing with anything. It is one of the easiest tents I've ever seen to set up. The second item that I got this week that I brought up here was an absolute massive failure. And I had video of it, but it's gone now. It's this shovel. It's made by a company called Timber Creek. I saw it on somebody else's video this week, and then I was out shopping at Academy or someplace, and I saw it, and I said, hey, there's that shovel. I'm going to get that. That looked cool. On the 3rd or 4th time that I went into the ground with it, it broke. It will not tighten up anymore and hold. You see, I can just keep spinning it. The thread stripped out on it, and this is not hard dirt right now. We had some rain a couple of days ago. It's nothing hard. Absolute joke of a shovel. I'm sure there are people that have it that love it, and if it works for them, awesome for you. To me, it was a big waste of money. The only good thing is they're cheap. Needless to say, you won't be seeing this in any more of my videos. The tent. I'm normally not a tent camper, but Bob Knight did a video a couple of years ago about a cheap tent that he bought, and he loves it. He's put it through snowstorms, he's been taking it out time and time again, which led Kenneth Graham to get one, and so far he loves it. I think he's doing some modifications to it, and I was going to order the same tent. And then I thought, let's do something different. I'm going to find another cheap tent, under $50. I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to test it. If it works out good, then people that watch our videos will have 2 choices of tents to go and get. There are plenty of tents out there that will fit in the size of a Coke can and weigh 2 ounces or whatever it is, and you can climb Mount Everest with it and sleep in the jungles with it, and it's a perfect tent. They cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Most people fall into 2 categories. People that are not going to spend that much money for a tent, or people that can't spend that much money for a tent. I think if a couple of people buy some cheap tents, do some honest reviews, check them out, it'll give people that watch the video some other options. It's getting kind of dark now. The sun's setting in my eyes over here. What I will probably do is in the morning do a review of the tent. Walk around it, videotape it, show everybody how big it is. So far I'm extremely happy with it. I haven't even gotten inside of it yet, so it doesn't really count. But it's about that big, and about that big around when it's packed up. Fit right on the bottom of my backpack, weighs 2.2 pounds. It says it's for 2 people. If you're camping with a buddy, it might get uncomfortable. If you're camping with your wife, all right, it'll be a little snug. But like I said, I'll go over the tent in the morning. I really want to show you all the awesome dinner I made, just to make you jealous. Other than that, unless something happens tonight, then I'll see you in the morning. Good night, everyone. Almost directly overhead, I got the moon.
Morning. It's a few minutes after 5. Trying to decide if I want to sleep a little bit longer or if I want to get up. I'll probably go ahead and get up. I went to bed at 8 last night. Tent did very well. Just tons of room in it for one person. I could roll over to the left, not hit the tent, roll all the way over to the right, not hit the tent. I'm stretched out right now. I'm 6'1" tall. My feet are nowhere near the bottom, and I'm nowhere near the top up here. So, no condensation. The end vents did very, very well. Get the day started. When the sun comes up, I'll get better video of the tent. Morning.
Good morning, everyone. As you can see, I finally got out of bed. Took me a little bit longer. Got some good footage of the sun coming up this morning. The moon's still up right now too. Got the fire going again, made me a nice cup of coffee. Overall, I would say the tent did great. Tons of room for one person. There's a heavy dew on everything this morning. The tent is as dry as a bone. It has a really ingenious venting system on it. About 2 o'clock this morning, I actually had to get inside the sleeping bag. Temperatures dropped down in the mid-60s. I woke up just as cold as can be. I'm not used to the cold temperatures. But what I noticed is that with the way the two bottom vents are designed, any breeze that's coming along the ground at all gets captured and pushed through the tent. So, there's no sweating, the tent stays dry. I can tell you right now, for a cold weather tent, it's probably not going to work out. The only way it could probably work out is if you could find a way to block off the vents on the end. There are no like shutters or flaps on them. They're wide open the entire length of the tent. The 4 foot, probably by, I don't know, 6 or 8 inches, are wide open on the bottoms with just a screen. For the area I live in, I think it's going to be absolutely perfect. Get airflow through that tent every night, no matter how hot it gets outside. Got airflow coming through. I did close the outside flap last night just because I want to see. I knew we were going to have dew this morning, and I want to see if it was going to build up any sweat or condensation inside. Zero, none, inside or out. But between having the entire front open, the 2 vents on the side, and there's another vent on the very top up in the eave, probably 18 inches by, I don't know, probably a foot tall, that goes up into that triangle at the top, is another fully vented section underneath the rain flap. Plenty of air moves through that tent. I'm thinking, it hasn't been rained on yet, but I'm thinking that this may be the perfect summertime tent, or even for like the area I live in South Texas, probably a year-round tent. I can always take towels or my dirty laundry or whatever and throw it in at the base or the head, whichever way the wind's coming from, to block that wind off at the bottom. Let the sun come up just a little bit more. Let me finish my cup of coffee, and then I'll take you on a tour of the tent. Okay, here's the tent that I bought. It's the Eagle Camp, called the Eagles Camp Scout Bivy Tent. says it sleeps 2. You can see that the floor is 4 foot by 7 foot, and then it has a 4 foot center height. Plenty big for 1 person, a little snug for 2. It took about 7 minutes to set this up. While I'm on this side, let me get under here and show you the vent from the outside. That's on the back wall, and it's plenty big, and once you come up level, there's no rain getting in there. There's probably, I don't know, a foot between the rain flap and the vent itself. I don't know if we're going to be able to see under. No, not really. Have to show that from the inside. Has a full rain flap on the front. And there's the vents I'm talking about. They run the entire length on each side. And then there's the vent again on the inside up at the top. Very comfortable, plenty of room for 1 person. I'm 6'1", 262 pounds, and I had no problem in here.